everyone, welcome back to Shradysstyle. I hope you're all having a great day and thank you so much for joining me. If you're someone new to my channel, welcome. My name is Shraddha and this is my channel Shradysstyle. Here I share with you a lot of makeup tutorials, my tips and tricks for makeup. So I would really appreciate if you hit that subscribe button down below. And I've also noticed that a lot of you are not getting notified when I upload a new video. So make sure you hit that bell icon next to the subscribe button and you'll get a notification every time I upload a new video. Now, makeup is really personal to everyone. Some people love makeup and some people hate it. If you like it, have fun with it. And if you don't, just don't. And there are no rules when it comes to makeup. You can pair whatever lipstick with whatever eyeshadow with whatever blush you want in the world. The world is yours and you get to choose what to do in it. But there are certain things, certain techniques that you need to follow to get that flawless look each and every time. And I am here to discuss that with you. So the first thing that I like to do before doing any makeup is to actually clean my face with an astringent, which takes off any makeup residue that I might have on my face from the previous day or previous night when I wore some makeup. This also works as an amazing toner because it has that sort of tingly feel to it, so it feels really good. Today I'm going to do like the half and half of do's and don'ts of makeup. So I'm not actually cleaning this half of my face because this is the don't side of makeup. So the next thing is moisturizing. It is so important to moisturize and hydrate your face before applying all of that layers of makeup because you want your skin to breathe and feel good under all that layer of makeup. So like every time I'm going to use my coconut hydrating spray. By the way, do you like my Mickey ears? I got it when I went to Disneyland for my birthday this year. And by the way, if you haven't watched my Miami video, I will link it somewhere on the screen so you can go and check it out. So as you notice, I did not hydrate this side of my face, but I am going to apply moisturizer to my entire face because that's how I roll, baby. So taking my Neutrogena oil-free moisture, I'm going to moisturize my entire face and neck. So the next thing that I'm going to use is a primer, and a primer is so important, and I'm using the e.l.f. hydrating primer because a little more hydration didn't hurt anyone. I'm not applying any primer on the other half of my face because that is the bad side. And what a primer does is it really builds like this smooth base for your foundation and concealer to lay on, and any product you apply on it really clings to your face and it makes all your pores disappear and everything looks gorgeous. Next, it's time for foundation, and I know how hard it can be to find a foundation that exactly matches your skin tone. So you really want to go to the store and then swatch a few foundation shades out there and then really decide for yourself which one suits your skin well. And I like to use the Kat Von D Lock It foundation. Now this is slightly pricey, that is why I chose to go to the store, swatch a bunch of shades, try it on my face, and then really go for the shade that was best for my skin tone, which is medium 62 warm. So on this good side, I'm taking my time and blending my foundation right into my skin to give me that airbrushed finished look. And the most important thing is to actually blend your foundation right into your hairline because your hairline sort of has a lighter shade than your actual facial skin tone, so you want all of it to look as one. So for this other side of my face, I'm using a stippling brush and then I'm going to blend this into my skin really badly. You don't really want to use a stippling brush because, you know, these bristles aren't that dense and they have too much movement. You don't want that much movement to your brush. This has left my foundation really streaky. So the next thing is concealer, and you want your concealer to be 1 or 2 shades lighter than your actual skin tone. So I'm taking this light sample from Stila and I'm using this as a concealer, and this is definitely really light for my skin tone, so I'm gonna look like a freak. And I've applied this in the usual places that I apply my concealer anyways. So now I'm gonna go in with the same stippling brush, which we know is not the best thing to blend out your foundation or concealer, and we're gonna work with this. And on the other side, which is the good side of my face, I'm using my trusty Tarte Shape Tape, and this is not too light for me. It's in the shade medium, so It solves the purpose of brightening and concealing for me at the same time. And for this, I like to blend it with my damp beauty blender to get that nice airbrushed finish. Now you see, I'm really bouncing my beauty blender on my face and not really dragging it. And that is what gives you that smooth finish that you're looking for, and it doesn't leave your foundation or your concealer streaky. So you see, this is the difference that a concealer 1 or 2 shades lighter than your skin tone and one that is really light for your skin tone makes. Next, I'm going in with my loose powder to set my concealer, and I'm not going to do that on the other side. And applying loose powder on your concealer really helps to melt that into your skin and set it and seal it in place. And I'm not even going to bother to set my concealer on the other side because, I look crazy anyways. So just to check in after doing all the face work. So we did not blend this side of our foundation in the hairline. We did not apply it on our neck. But this side, we're trying to match the shade of our neck with our face, and we're also blending it right into the hairline so you can see what a difference these techniques can make. Now we're moving on to eyes, and I always like to use an eyeshadow primer before I apply any eyeshadow on my eyelids, just because it neutralizes all the veins and the discoloration that your eyelids might have, and the eyeshadows really show up in their true color if you apply an eyeshadow base or an eyeshadow primer. So I want to apply an eyeshadow primer on this eyelid and leave the other one as is. Today for my eyes, I'm using the Huda Beauty Rose Gold Edition palette, and I'm taking the shade called Bay to set my primer on my eyelids. So I'm now starting with a transition shade called Sandalwood, and I'm putting it in my crease. You really want to use a soft hand and windshield wiper motions while working on your crease. But on the other side, we're directly going to go with the shade that we want to apply on our eyelids. So I'm going with this shade called Cocoa, and I'm not going to blend it really well. I'm not going to use circular blending motions. I'm just going to go for it. But on the other side, I'm taking the same shade, but I'm really taking my time to blend it nicely on this outer third of my eye. For the purpose of this video, I'm really going for a very natural look. I'm not going to use tons of shadows. I'm not going to layer it on each other. I'm just showing you different techniques that can really up your eyeshadow game. Next, I'm going to apply some eyeshadow on my brow bone. So on this Don't side, I'm going for a really flashy color, like in your face shade. I'm using this 24K shade from this palette. You see that? You don't even need to introduce yourself if you're going for a party. The moment you enter the room, this will shout that you've arrived. But on this other side, I'm going to take this shade called Moon Dust, and I'm going to apply it on my brow bone ever so slightly. So on this side, we want to intensify things, right? I wanted to go for a nice smoky look. And I don't care about blending eyeshadows. So I'm taking this black truffle shade from the same palette, and I'm going to apply that on this eyelid. And we know there's going to be no blending here. I cannot tell you how many times it has happened that here I'm trying to create a nice beautiful winged liner, but I have to go in again and again and again till my wing becomes equal to the width of my eyelid. So I like to take my Curvitude eyeliner from Maybelline. It is so easy and simple to create a wing liner using this eyeliner. From this side, who cares? We're going to create a nice thick wing which is the same width as our eyelid. And normally you would wait for your liquid liner to dry so that it doesn't transfer, but who cares? I am guilty of doing this, and I've done it so many times, and I have shown it here on my videos, so I am really sorry that I was misleading you, misguiding you. In fact, I am guilty of overfilling my brows. I learned it the hard way, but hey, I learned it. So I'm going in with my Maybelline Brow Define and really elegantly and gently defining and filling in my brows. Now this side, I'm going to do my brows like I used to do it back in the day. So let's bring in back the old Shraddha and overfill and overdefine our brows. Oh my god, I feel so bad for using this product, for doing this to my eyebrows. I mean, this is my favorite brow product, and I'm sort of wasting it doing this to myself. But hey, it's all for the purpose of teaching and sharing my tips. So it's all fine. We're friends here. Now moving on to the lower lash line, I like to line my waterline with this L'Oreal Silkissime Gel Eyeliner Pencil. And you really want the eyeliner to just define your eyes. You don't want to overdo it. And I am going to show you how to overdo it. Trust me. So whenever I'm doing my waterline and I have like this full face of makeup, I like to use like this puff thing to hold it under my eyes. Just because I don't want my fingers to smear into my concealer or foundation and spoil all the hard work that we did. Now for the other eye, I'm taking the same L'Oreal Silkissime eye pencil and really going in on my waterline and my lower lash line. Of course, I'm not going to hold my under eye with this puff because who cares about the foundation and concealer that we applied here. Next, we're going to bring some color and definition to our face. So I'm going to use this Fenty Beauty matte stick in the shade Truffle and chisel those cheekbones. And you really want to blend all the contouring and chiseling that you've done so that you have no harsh lines and everything looks seamless. Now on the other side, I'm again using the Fenty Beauty matte stick and I'm going to chisel my cheekbones like there's no tomorrow. I'm going to use the same brush, but I'm not going to blend it as well as I did on the other side. Always remember, less is more. Start off with a small amount so that you can always go back and build up the color that you want. But with this, there is no going back. Once you've chiseled out those cheekbones, you want to set that cream contour with a powdered contour. So I'm using the Wet n Wild Contour Duo. So I'm taking this shimmery bronzer shade from the Kali Bible palette. So we are setting the contour that we applied before. Now for blush, since I'm going for a really natural looking look, I'm using this Maybelline Master Highlight and really concentrate it right on the apples of my cheek. Now what should you not do with blushes? If you're going for a dark smoky eye, you really want to keep the rest of your face sort of neutral or nudish. So you want to go for a lighter natural looking blush so that you don't look overpowering with your makeup. I'm going to use this pink shade from my Makeup Revolution palette, and even if you are using like a bright blush, you want to go really easy on it so that not everything on your face is really screaming out for attention. And for highlight, now I know a lot of people like those really bright in your face blinding highlights, but if you want like a natural-ish look, you don't want to go really heavy on the highlight. So I'm going to use this highlight shade from the Kali Bible palette. So really taking a little bit of that and then tapping off the excess and applying it to the highest points of my face. And for the other side, I'm going in with this ice cold shade from the Makeup Revolution palette. I'm really going to load up my brush and really go for it with the highlighter. So for eyelashes, I'm going to go in with my L'Oreal Lash Paradise. So if you have a problem with your mascara making your eyelashes really heavy and they tend to droop, you always want to curl them first before you apply your mascara. So I'm actually going to apply the same mascara on these lashes as well, but I'm not going to curl them beforehand. And I'm not going to wait for these upper lashes to dry because what else could go wrong? So the next thing is lipstick, and it's really a personal choice of the lipstick shade that you want to go for. So for this half of my face, I'm actually going for a really nude pinkish shade. And for the other side, I'm going for a really bright and out there shade. I want the attention to be on everything. And the last thing that I like to do is set all my makeup with a setting spray. And this is a matte setting spray. I don't want my setting sprays to have shimmer or glimmer on it because if I've made an effort to make my eye look matte, I don't want to make it shimmery by using a shimmer setting spray. So I'm just going to set this half of my face using my setting spray. We don't really care about this makeup. So I hope you enjoyed watching this crazy, fun, weird video and maybe learned a thing or two. And also if you enjoyed watching me create this beautiful, gorgeous face right here, please hit the thumbs up and take good care of yourselves, and I shall see you in my next one. Bye!